Hey guys, Tommy G, middle-aged millennial, and I'm not coming to you with such a beautiful background as I normally have with the sea. I'm in the kitchen, and why? Because it's almost lunchtime actually, and we have a big week this week. So this is I was about to say mindless Monday again. What is wrong with my brain? I'm being mindless. It's mindful Monday, although we're starting as of today, because I've eaten nothing so far today, and we're going to be doing a 5-day fasting mimicking diet. So that's going to take a certain amount of mindfulness to keep to the game, right? So I'm probably going to come to you actually each day. We also have our normal guests, interviewees that we have throughout the week, but these are going to be little episodes. This will be the longest, and the rest will be just small check-ins throughout the week as we progress, because I've got some new toys that I'm going to be using. One is this little baby by Ketonics. I'm hoping to meet with these guys when I'm in the US next month, and it's got the little Bluetooth connection to the app on the phone, battery there, and this is going to measure my state of ketosis throughout the week as I go on to what's basically a keto type 5-day fast. Now, I'm a-religious as far as diets are concerned. Some people thought I was a vegan. I wasn't a vegan. I was woofapib, which is whole food plant-based, while I was using it actually for medicinal purposes to begin with, and seeing what's it like to be a plant-eating person, as I did for, like 2.5 almost years. And I went back to having meat on January the 1st. I had some salmon, and I've had a little bit of taste of some clean meats, because the product's not the same as we used to get about 100 years ago, because it's got animals eating all the chemicals on whether it's even grass-fed, and all the steroids and antibiotics like they put in chickens. Chickens, I think, are the worst. But anyway, I am having fish. So a lot of my testing around DNA and so on, something's talking to me, said that I should be eating fish. And in fact, if you believe Dr. Longo, which is the 5-day FMD that I'm doing, and he's got a company called El Nutra, which have this product called Prolong. Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to show you. This thing here comes in a kit. It's really well packaged, right? And I've got each of the days in here. It's usually a bit neater than that. 5 days, all ready to go. Hey, Owen, right? And notice the rejuvenation from within, all right? As you know, I'm all about clean eating. So 5-day fasting mimicking diet, which, is going to put me into a state of ketosis throughout the week. Now, I've done this a couple of times before. Gee, it's great to have a stand at long last. So I've done this. This is the 3rd one that I'm doing, and I do it every quarter. Notice it's April, so it's the 4th month. So every 3 months, I put my car that I travel in as a spiritual being in a human being's body. Every 3 months, I put it in for a service, which means I give it a good clean out. It's like draining the oil from the car, in effect, right? Putting it up on the hoist and letting the body basically go into rest and digest state. Now, my working out, running and so on, is going to slow down a bit this week because it's going to be working off pretty well fats in the next 48 hours. And that means keeping things kind of slow, especially if you're doing this for the first time. I know what my body can kind of handle, having done a certain amount as an endurance athlete in triathlons and so on. And I've done this twice before, right? So I'm probably going to lose about anywhere between 2.5 and 3 kilograms, not of fluids and not of anything else but fat, right, through the week, because we're going to be using that as fuel. So you've got two fuel tanks. One is your carb fuel tank. The other one is your fat fuel tank. One has 3,000 thereabouts calories. The other one has about 30 or 33,000, something like that. 10 times more. One burns fast, which is the rocket fuel of carbs. You only have a 3,000 calories of that. That would be, for me, about 3 hours worth of, let's say, being in an endurance race. And if you are on a slow burn, or you've taught your body to be able to burn fat more efficiently, which is what we do in what they call training zone 2, which means for me that I'm probably somewhere below, I think 135 it is. 140, I can get to 140, but then at 142, 143, my body, and I need to retest it, mind you, switches over to just using carbs more so than fat. So I've got to keep it slow and long in zone, what they call zone 2, which is the boring part of training for endurance stuff. Don't do it as much these days. Now it's pretty well just all about optimizing health rather than trying to beat my personal bests in endurance races. So I'm hungry because it's getting late in the day because I was setting things up. But we're going to weigh in, we're going to check in. Also, I've got, what is it, one of these babies. A little glucometer there, which I'm using. I went for one of the ones you can get at the pharmacy just to see what they're like these days. And geez, they rip you off, don't they? You know, to buy the cartridges like you're buying blades for your razor. Oh, they'll sell you the technology for 20 bucks, something like that. Every time you get this stuff, it's like 50 bucks for 100 of them. Well, there we go. This is how pharma and whatever, not pharma, but the health industry makes its money, right? But you don't need that because I've got one of these babies, right? And this, my finger will just go in. So we're going to calibrate this week as well, properly, using, I hate pricking my finger. I just did it recently for some tests I'm about to send off back to the States. But we're going to be calibrating and giving doing a test drive on the Extense device from what used to be World Global Network is now Vivo. In fact, they're launching tomorrow as Vivo because they're now getting manufactured products from Foxconn. So big changes in there. We're going to give this a run, right, for its money as well. So we're going to check ketosis, going into a state of ketosis, and then we're also going to be checking my sugar levels each day. Now, I haven't even checked it for a while. I've sent some bloods off, which does my A1B, is it? I'm trying to remember, which is part of like doing a heart check, along with HSCRP, my LDL, HDL, checking the ratios and the amounts. But with the APO-A1B, I'm going to check for like sugar. It's going to give me a blood reading of what sugar's been like, I believe, for the last 4 months, because sugar is a big one for cardio health as well, right? And that's why they say also get off the grains, because it's carb with grains. And if you are susceptible or predisposed to producing a fair bit of cholesterol, not that cholesterol's the bad guy, it's just there trying to fix things in your arteries. If you produce a whole lot of it, it gets a little over-enthusiastic and overzealous and starts blocking up the pipes, right? As I found out a few years ago, right? And that's partly why I went on a plant-based diet, was to start to clean out the rust. So we'll be coming to you from the US. I'm either going to be at Joel Kahn's clinic, somewhere there in I think it's in Michigan, or with integrative cardio, my good friend Jorge Bordenave, who's the only integrative functional medicine cardio in Miami, right? That's coming. That's going to be coming up next month. So let's get started here. So we've got 5 days of meals. I'll give you a quick look at the meals. So in fact, what we'll do is I'll just bring you over here quickly, so you can just see. In fact, why don't I do this? I'll flip the cam, and that'll make it easier for me. Bang. Right. So day one. In fact, let's have a look at this first. We are going to be having some tea for breakfast and an L-bar, nut-based. I'll show you that in a sec. Algal oil, vitamins, tomato soup, olives, crackers, NO12 is a seaweed, which I'll show you. And then afternoon, we get a bit of a snack with another L bar. Woohoo! 2 L bars. And some tea, and then minestrone soup, and L bar, and choco crisp for dessert. I mean, God, is this a fast, or is this, a 3-course meal? Well, it is throughout the day. So you can see the L bar, fantastic. Love these. They are awesome to taste. Dr. Longo is Italian-American. He got an Italian chef to put this together, and it's really great quality stuff. It's going to cost you about $250. Also, I do have a link which I'll put in the show notes if you'd be so kind. It'll be just an affiliate link. Allows me to keep bringing hopefully what's becoming more valuable content to you each day, and keeping me out of having a job and trying to change world health. So spearmint tea. There's the bar. Yeah, we already went through that. There's the algal oils. NR1 is veggie powder, vitamins and mineral supplement. These kale crackers, by the way, are absolutely fantastic. They taste amazing. There's the olives that we've got, because we've got olives at lunchtime, and we also have tomato soup at lunchtime. And then we have at dinner, hang on, we've got a snack. Let's put this, what's the snack? It's an L bar, so the L bar should go there. We're going to have a tea for later on. We've got the minestrone, so that's going to be the snack. There we go. And then we've got for dinner the minestrone blend, and then we get some dessert with a nice little chocolate crisp bar. It's all dairy-free, gluten-free, all super clean. And then tea. So day one's actually pretty easy. You get 2 bars, right? You won't get 2 bars on day 2, but what starts to happen is we start to put some glucose that comes with the kit as well on day 2. You'll see that. So that's Prolon, right? The fasting mimicking diet's really well packaged. It's a really impressive product. It's going to... You have to invest about $250 on your quarterly health, but amazing things are going to happen in my body. Sure, I'm going to, I'll just flip this back. I'm going to lose about 3 kilos by the end of the week, which is good because I'm around, we're going to find out how much I am actually. Let's do that now. We'll do a quick weigh-in. Now, the thing is, here's the issue, is that what I'm going to do is step on these scales and then I'm going to bring it up. Reason why is because if I'm holding the camera, it's going to add to the weight as well, which we can do. In fact, maybe I'll just do that, right? So this is going to add a little bit to my weight. Just have to make sure I do it each day. Okay, here we go, flipping around. And there's the scales. So we are getting on the scales, my iHealth scales, which connect to my network. And I think I need to give them a sort of pedicure. It says 77 there, right? And about 18% fat. Now, fat measures on bioimpedance can be a little iffy, but as long as we get consistency, it doesn't matter, especially when I'm coaching my exec clients. I just want to get an index, basically, and then see a trend towards a different fat level. You know, they can go to an in-body scale at a gym or something like that later if they want their actual fat measurement. It's not too bad, actually, I've got to say. And for a healthy human being, about 10 to 20% fat is good. I'm carrying about, I'm about 3.5 kilos over my fighting weight at the moment. I'm well within my BMI, which has to be between 19 and 25. I'm sitting about 23 at the moment. So someone's been having a bit of fun. Been a bit, since New Zealand, where I put on about 3 or 4 kilos and got rid of 2 and then put 1 back on because I've been eating too many healthy nuts, but nuts pack a punch with calories. So let me just do this too. I'm going to do it without the, just do a check without the holding the camera. So just bear with me, and we get 76.5 as they come off. And I can show you, it says, wow, you just got that. All right, so it doesn't work there. Oh, we've got it again, 76.5, there it is, 76.5, okay, back to 0. All right, so anyway, that's the weight with the clothes on, without the camera. So let's call it 77, right? We'll work from 77. I should get to 74 while holding the camera by the end of the week, thereabouts. So each quarter, basically what I'm saying is that I'll build up a little bit of weight and then I'll come back to 73. I don't like being much below 73, and that kind of gets me at about, 13, thereabouts percent in fat. You want to be between 10 and 20% as a male. I think it's like between 10 and 28 or something for females. They can carry a bit more than we can as males. It helps them to survive as a species, especially when they've got other ones to perhaps look after or feed. So we've weighed in at 77. So remember that. That's holding the camera, right? And we had about 18.5% on the fat scales while holding the cam. Now we're going to do a check. Now the ketosis check I'm not going to be able to do because I've got to get into the app. But what we are going to do, and I hate doing this, but we're going to do it, is we're going to be measuring my sugar levels. So I really want to keep an eye on that throughout the week, and I'm going to want to calibrate this baby as well, right? This, diabetics, pre-diabetics will know what the hell this is. God, I hate these things. I've set it to 3. I've put the, you can see, this is what diabetics have to do every day, right? And like a few times a day around each meal. There's a little stub in there, you can see the little needle, right? It's in there, on there. So I've loaded it in there already. Put it back in here without unintentionally pricking myself. I'll load the gun, spring loaded. I'll put it on 3 and I hope that's going to be good enough. Anyway, here goes. Ow! That was fun. I'm such a wuss. I've got a little bit of blood, a little spot of blood. That's going to be enough for this device that I'm going to be using. So we're going to put it, I'm hoping it's enough. If not, let's get a bit more happening. Make sure you can see that. And we'll check the reading. A bit more, there we go. Whoops, straight up. Bang. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what are we? We are 5.4 mmol, which should be fine. So we've got a nice green light there. That's a fasting 5.4. You can see, right? That's fasting. That's beforehand. I don't know if you can see that back to front. Maybe you can, right? So we're about 5.4 there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, actually, what am I talking about? I've got a spare phone. We can do the ketonics check. So let's do that, right? Using ketonics. So ketonics, got the app happening. There it is, refresh. So it will connect to this little baby here. Choose your ketonics, refresh. Let's see if we can see it. I hope it can. And it can't, of course, gotta love that. So let's kill the app and come back in. And try again. Okay. And it's, right, let's go back to home. Okay, you can see it. Yep, please, refresh. Looking for device. It did notice the device. Now what's happening? Look for device. Nope. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Whoops, hang on. I've got to kill the app first. Let's do this. Ketonics. Whoops, sorry guys. Okay. Now let's, it says it's ready. There we go. All right, so you go near the bottom of your breath for this thing. Sorry about getting too close to the cam there. Just mucking around the scales. So, all right. Air is out. We're about 2.9, 2.9. Well, let's analyze. You can see I did one earlier. It was about 3. Okay, let's do a bit of a refresh up here. Okay, there we go. So, yep, we already did that. We got 2.9. Oh, save, sorry. Save. Make sure you can see that properly. Now let's go and analyze. And do a refresh. Whoops. All right, so about 30 minutes ago, a little while ago, I was at 3.4. It's measured to be at about 2.9, right? So somewhere between there is the truth. But what I want to get an idea of is the actual trend for the week, right? So that's 2 readings I've done this morning. So we're sitting somewhere between 3.3 and 2.9 in the analysis, breath ketones, ppm, and view ketonics. Let's do a quick check. Breath acetone, ppm, yes, yeah. All right, so that's that reading. You can see I'm getting familiar with this one. Learning on the spot as we've got all these new toys that have arrived. So, okay, we've got those readings. And so we've got sugar, we've got the ketones, and I'm now going to have something to eat. Now, actually, while I do that, so I'm just going to grab one of the bars. These are fantastic. So, I'll just show you what the bar looks like too. Ooh, and it's oily. Right, see that? And it tastes unbelievably good. Oh my God. No, it's damn good. Like, damn good. In fact, anything that tastes damn good right now because I'm hungry. But this is really, really good. So, here's what's going to happen. Today is easy. Tomorrow is usually the toughest day for people, around Tuesday to Wednesday, as I'm moving to a state of ketosis. What's going to happen today is my carbs are going to burn off. And tomorrow, what's also going to be happening is some detox is going to start to happen over the next 48 hours, right? As we're emptying out the oil, the crappy oil from the car, right? Draining it out. And before we bring it in, fill them with some new stuff, which will be switching fuel tanks basically to fat being energy. That's going to happen around Tuesday evening, Wednesday. What starts to happen actually too is that your brain loves using that stuff for fuel, right? As I go into ketosis, and as it starts to use ketones for fuel, because the brain loves sugar. I think it chews up about 25% of our sugar stores. It's going to, I'm going to become very lucid, very clear in my thinking. My guess is that that's what used to happen in the days where we weren't getting fed for a while and we started using fat for energy, and while we're hunting, we started to become very sharp to be able to survive, basically, right? So that's my story. You can quote me on that, but I need to get some proof that that's true. Oh, this is damn good. I'm also going to go, there's going to be also the senescent cells or weak cells. There's going to be a state of autophagy that I go into as the cells start to go into apoptosis, where they start to die. They push their own self-destruct button. And the good cells are going to start to eat the dying or dead cells to survive, which is great because we need to get those senescent cells that are basically using up energy and space and room. We need to clear those out. They're going to get eaten as if you were, let's say, Dr. Longo describes this as being on a train where you've run out of wood to put it for fire in the engine for the steamer, for producing the steam for all of the power, to use up all the old wood and furniture to get to the next station where you can then put new furniture back in and getting refitted back into the train, right, next to the reasonably new furniture. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, all the weak dying cells, dead cells, get eaten up. That's going to happen around Wednesday. And then what starts to happen also is that as they're getting eaten up, gives room for new stem cells to come in. Our stem cells are a baby cell that can end up being any sort of cell, right, where the body needs it. It could be a muscle cell, blood cell, it could be any different type of cell that we have in our body. It hasn't decided yet. And stem cell production is going to go up about 600 to 700%, 6 to 7 times, right? So that's huge, because if you're starting to produce a whole bunch of new stem cells, that's great for age rejuvenation, right? As it mentions on the inside of the cover, slowing aging, basically improving your health posture. And that stays up until 3 months later. I think they say 3 months later, that's like still 60 to 70% higher stem cell production than before going on the diet. So that's what's going to be happening. Tomorrow's a tough day, and that's about it. So I'm going to have to be mindful of my practice through this next 5 days by sticking to this diet, eating nothing else. I'm allowed about 200 milligrams of coffee a day, so I'm allowed about a couple of coffees a day. Fortunately, I know that my body metabolizes coffee pretty quick, which means I actually don't get the buzz factor. I can drink coffee before going to sleep and it's fine for me. It's just a genetic, I'm just genetically blessed to be able to do that. And that's great, because I know coffee is really healthy on a couple of fronts. It works against 7 cancers. And also it's really good for negating the effects of alcohol, right? Because as alcohol creates some oxidative stress, it works against that pathway. So that's good. All right, not that I drink much these days. I'll be drinking less than 10 glasses of booze a week. I used to drink 20 plus back in my party days, which weren't that long ago. They were a few years ago. Also a great way to lose weight. That's it, guys. So any questions, let's get them happening on here. And it doesn't have to be while it's live. It can be at any time. And we're going to come to you each week. We're going to weigh in. We're going to keto in. We're going to sugar in. And yeah, we're going to get healthy this week just by fasting for 5 days on a less than 800 calorie diet. I think we're 1,000 today. We go down to 800 from tomorrow for the next 4 days. 800 calories. I would normally be eating about close to 2,000 calories a day. Okay, so but it's enough to put the body in a state of ketosis and for autophagy and so on to be happening with the cell cleanup, which is great news. And yeah, we'll be coming to you with sugar readings, keto readings, and we'll get this baby calibrated and see how this goes as a test drive during the week as well, which is timely because Vivo are relaunching this week. All right, guys, that's it. Enjoy your life right here, right now, today, because that's all you can actually act on, is what's going on right now. The rest is just being addicted to thought. Some of it purposeful and serving, and a lot of it that you don't know about, with those, 80,000 thoughts a day or something. A lot of those aren't really purposeful. Catch you on the next one. See you tomorrow. Bye.